What's with these guys?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Red United TV. It's your boy Ivorian Spice, and we are back at again with your latest Manchester United news. Big up to everyone that's tuning in already. Make sure you subscribe to Red United TV before we even get kicked off. Red United TV on YouTube. Smash that like button and follow Red United TV on Instagram. Follow Red United TV on Twitter, Twitch. We are here to discuss everything Manchester United. A lot of things has come out in the last 24, 48 hours. You know what I mean? But first of all, before you even kick off, guys, make sure you join Red United TV's membership, different type of perks as well. Make sure you join that membership, starting from $2.99 to $4.99 to $8.99. All different types of perks. So check out the perks. The perks allows you to join the community, even have the opportunity to be on the show as well. The higher the perks you go. But again, as well, let's get straight into it, because of course the man them are here. You know, we've got a lot to talk about. Harry Maguire, the captain armband is gone. Marcus Rashford, new contract. Andre Onana, here we go. But let's get cracking, guys. Let me introduce you to the man. Then we are all here right now. We've got Ems in the cut, and of course we've got Jerome here as well. Big up to everyone. That of course we're all smiling because the last 48 hours has been sensational news. You know, because the week before that it was sensational news. Another person got dropped this week. Someone got stripped the fuck out, as my guy would say in Friday, you know, and that stripped happened to be Marcus. I said the wrong guy. Harry Maguire's captaincy armband has been taken off of him, you know. And again, we'll start straight with what he said, because he released a statement, guys. He's no longer captain. That is the show. No longer captain, but he released a statement. Not Manchester United. He was the first one to say, you know what? Yeah, let me just start trouble because I'm upset, and have people backing me throughout. So, of course, Maguire came out on Twitter and he said, after discussions with the manager today, he has informed me that he's changing captains. He outlined his reasons to me, and whilst I was personally extremely disappointed, which we understand, I will continue to give my all every time I wear the shirt. So I wanted to say a massive thank you to the Manchester United fans. The Manchester United fans will be saying thank you for accepting this stripping, for all their brilliant support whilst I've been wearing the armband. I don't think, and not as I don't, I think Maguire needs to understand that there's partial people that supported him while he was captain. There was a lot of people that said, you know what, this guy can't be your captain. Since the day I took on the role 3.5 years ago, it's been a huge privilege to lead Manchester United, and one of the proudest moments of my career to date. It's one of the greatest honors in the club. I've done everything I possibly could to help United be successful on and off the pitch. One Carabao Cup. I will always be grateful to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I repeat that again. I will always be grateful to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for first giving me the the responsibility. And I wish whoever now takes it on, every success, they will have my full support. Finished off with Harry, Well, guys, let's go straight into who wants to be the first one to address the fact that Harry Maguire is no longer our captain.
You know what?
Ems?
Go on, you gonna go first, Ems?
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. I think you muted yourself. No, we can't hear you, bro. We cannot hear you. We still can't hear you. You may have to come out and jump back in. But let's start off with you, Jerome. Thoughts on Harry Maguire being stripped of the captaincy?
You know what? First of all, I'd just like to say that was a good end to the weekend to have that announced on a Sunday. Because usually we don't get any weekend announcements from United, let alone players, that he's got stripped from the captaincy. At first, obviously, my first initial thought was that I was excited. I was like, yes, we're finally moving in the right direction. We're getting rid of the old regime, and we're looking at this revolution. But then when I had time to gather my thoughts, I was thinking, why would he announce it before the club? Because usually captaincies change all the time and it's just a normal in-house club decision. But for him to announce it and make it such a big deal just shows that he's really upset by the decision. And it's almost like he's looking for the sympathy vote, really. When you look at it realistically, like Ten Hag obviously gave him the reasons why he stripped him of the captaincy, and if he's giving him valid reasons, then he needs to respect that decision, which I can see that he does. But when you're looking at it, it's just like, was it necessary to tell the world that he's been stripped of the captaincy? Like, usually when it's bad news, you like to keep bad news quiet. But for some reason, he wants the whole world to have sympathy for him, it seems. And usually give those sort of statements when you're leaving the club. So I don't know, reading in between the lines, that the manager's told him that he needs to go and find himself a new club, because surely, how can you stay now at United after being stripped of the captain? It's almost like inadvertently his position is now looking untenable at the club. It's like when you're at work and you get demoted. Like, where's your motivation going to be to want to come back into work? So I see it in that sense, and it was the right decision in the end, and it just shows that the manager's being ruthless. He's done the first of getting not renewing De Gea's contract. Obviously, had the Ronaldo issue to deal with at the beginning of the season, leading up to Christmas, and now the biggest decision of all, I think, is stripping Maguire of the captaincy to show that we're actually trying to go in a new direction now, and we're not just gonna keep Maguire with the captaincy just for the sake of it, when we can see now, the whole world can see that he's not in the manager's plans and he's fifth choice. So overall, the right decision was made, but I just didn't think it didn't have to be announced by Maguire. Maybe it's his PR team trying to make him look good, that he's taking it all well, but yeah, that sort of thing needs to be kept in house. Yeah, we've got enough issues going on at the club already for Maguire to be looking to be the centre of attention.
Got that. I've kind of muted myself right to it, Jerome. Like, Ems, let me get your thoughts on Harry Maguire's being stripped. What are you saying?
Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire.
Oh, you're horrible.
Actually, yeah, listen.
Mm-hmm. Man's listening.
Told you lot from day one, yeah, he was never good enough by United Football Club. I said 80 million British. 80. Nah, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. But I'm happy. I think that now what you're trying to do in his first season, Ten Hag, yeah, was he wanted to keep some stability. And in his second year, he wanted to put a mark on his authority. So I think it's the decision. I don't know no fan can sit here reasons why he should still be captain, because he is representing Man United's downfall, bro. He is part of the reason. Since he's been even before that, he's been the mainstay in why Man United progress. So for me, as far as I think it's a good decision. I think he should accept it. She's never been captain, bro. I thought that I don't want to mention his name. I don't know what he's playing at. Yeah, named captain. So far as I'm concerned, I just think like we've got to move on, get a captain in place, and get cracking and get him out of the club. I mean, for me personally, I just feel like I don't know what more. Firstly, he should have known from time when we went to get Martinez, then where centre backs are injured and a man plays Luke Shaw centre back and you're on the bench, brother. You still want to be sitting there I want to fight for my place. What is that? I don't know, bro. For me, just I think for him, the captaincy should be the last straw. You know, I've got to leave. I've got to follow up my agent, get me to West Ham or Fulham or wherever, bro. But man needs to leave, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Listen, Bradley.
Imagine his own men's not good.
So, it is truly not good for his mental health. Like, you're right.
But the thing is, Maguire doesn't read the room.
That's what I'm going to say.
He thinks that he's good enough to play for United.
Yep, you saw him. He trained hard. He trained with one of the legends, the greatest, Ricardo Carvalho, to show the manager he means business. But at the end of the day, the manager told him, bro, I told you last time, like, you wasn't playing in the league or playing in the first team for a reason. And that's because I don't think you're good enough. But hats up to Maguire. But again, news regarding Maguire is that West Ham are interested, you know. According to Sky Sports, there will be numerous of teams, especially the British media, numerous of teams that will be looking to get Harry Maguire, which I probably personally don't believe there's enough teams that will probably be interested. Not even a club in Saudi Arabia wants to buy him or put an interest. But Maguire has interest West Ham, and he's been told by the club as well, especially the manager, during that showdown talks all over the weekend, that also would be good for you to leave. And I've been reading that, and Eric Tanaka has told Maguire that he's better off leaving, resuming his football career elsewhere. So I'm going to start with you since the camera's on you and you've got the big cam. What's your thoughts on that as well? Maguire being told to leave, not just the captain armband, but to have a future elsewhere. And West Ham are interested. How do you see? Where do you even see Maguire going?
Bruv, when I listen to Sky Sports News, right, and they were talking about he's got no short of offers or whatever, but where are the offers, bro? We're seeing Liverpool pensioners go to Saudi Arabia, bro. Why can't we offload Maguire, bro? It's a problem. So for me, I just think where the offers, bro? Until I see the offer, I don't believe he's got offers, bro, or options, bro. I don't see it. So we might be stuck with him till the end of his contract, the same like with Phil Jones. Because let's be honest, bro, who is willing to want to spend 30, 40 minutes extortionate wages on a man that flipping turns slower than a flipping ocean liner, bro? Like, come on.
It's true. But again, there will be suitors, and we are all hoping that there is suitors.
What suitors? What suitors, bro?
I'm just saying, I'm hoping because we want to get rid of him, don't you? Mm-hmm. Go on.
Yeah. Would he get into Arsenal's team?
No, that's the sad thing.
Would he get into? Would he get into Man City's team?
No, he won't get into any of those teams.
Would he get?
He won't even make their bench.
I don't think he'll make any top teams. I see Maguire playing for probably like, you're right, probably like a lower league table team, and it's definitely not going to be like a top 7 team anymore, man. He could probably do a job back at Leicester, innit? Since Leicester are relegated, and he happened to not be there when they get relegated. I see that's something that he's got on that he wasn't at a team, he wasn't part of a team that got relegated. Jerome, what's your thoughts on Harry Maguire's future? Is there potential that he might just leave, and since you've been told that he needs to leave, is West Ham really interested in him? What do you believe?
I think that West Ham are generally interested in him, but I just don't think they can afford his wages, if I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I think what they'll try and do...
I don't think support.
I think what they'll do is they'll try and get him on loan, And if we do that, I think we should consider it. I think we should do a loan deal with an obligation to buy. That's what I think we should do. But if we're looking at £50 million, then you might just forget it. Maguire's not going anywhere for £50 million. So I just think that the club are going to overvalue him. And I don't think Maguire's going to push for a move because he's still got 2 years left on his deal with an option for over a further year on 200k a week. He ain't going to leave that. So it's going to be hard to get rid of him. And I think we could have a situation, like Em said, where he might just sit on his wages, like Phil Jones. So I think it might be a case where the manager might have to just do some shithousery on him and just say, right, you're going to be playing with the reserves from now on and you're not going to be part of the first team going forward. So you need to find yourself a club. I think it might have to get really nasty like that, like to force him out, because Maguire comes across as someone that just, like I said before, he just doesn't read the room. He doesn't read the situation. Like if you're being stripped of the captaincy and your fifth choice, that just means that you're not in the manager's plans. And
yeah, definitely.
If you're looking to continue to play for the England team, you need to be playing regularly. So if I was Maguire, I'd proactively look to find a club and market yourself out there and show people that you still got something to offer at the top level, as if you can move over to a mid-table club, or even look at considering clubs abroad. But I just don't know Maguire's thinking. From what he's saying, it looks like he's happy to stay at United and help out where he can. It doesn't look like he's got the ambition to play regular football. But I think it all boils down to whether he'll stay in the England team. If Gareth Southgate says that if you're going to be having the same season as you did last year, where you only had like 8 starts in the Prem, then forget it. You're not going to be part of our Euro 2024 run. So Maguire's got a big decision to make. But yeah, I just think something's got to give. I think by the time the season starts, it could all change. And deadline day, we could find out that Maguire's been shipped off, because things are going to move quite quickly when the season starts in August, and people start panic buying, and the world starts going crazy with transfers and stuff, last minute buys. Then that's when I think Maguire might decide that, right, I just get a loan move and get playing. So I think what's going to happen is I think he'll get a loan move. Even though he won't push for it, I think he'll get pushed out for it. Put it that way.
Now, you know what? Yeah, I definitely and generally think that Maguire himself will get moved on. You know, especially after having this talk. He's disappointed. He's hurt, which I understand because I've said it before. I think Harry Maguire is a Manchester United fan at heart. As boyhood club, so he's living the dream, and that's why he's been so stubborn to stay as well. Like because he's living his dream. You know, being a club captain, playing for the club that he's probably supported. I might be wrong, but I've seen pictures of his whole entire family as well in the past, and I think this is his club. But yeah, he will get pushed out. This is of Maguire younger with Manchester United jersey. His whole entire family supports Manchester United. Well, done my homework. but as I was saying, I definitely think that this is the tipping point of like you need to go. You know, like bro, if this isn't even clearer, this me taking the captain armband off of you and me telling you that I think it's better for us to part ways. It's better for your career to go as well. Then there's no point fighting for it. And it's a nice gesture for Maguire. And hats up to Maguire, who's been a true professional throughout the whole entire situation. Because he could have spat his prime out, you know. He could have done a Paul Pogba, you know. He could have done a documentary, you know. You get me? He could have done a lot. He could have made a lot of noises, but he didn't. He was respectful when he was being on the bench. He didn't complain. He didn't moan. He probably did. You just never know. We don't see these things.
He did. But, trust me.
Yeah. We don't see these things. But I'm talking about his professional way he was being professional by.
Yeah.
He's been the ultimate professional, man. But he knows his time in his career at Manchester United is relatively done. And from that, guys, we move along from the next segment is the Manchester United captain as it's available. And we have contenders, and rightly so. I'm right to say we have Bruno Fernandes, who's currently the vice captain, who potentially could be the actual club captain. No news on it yet. We've got someone like Casemiro, who doesn't speak the language, but he's a captain at heart. And we've got someone like Martinez. We've got Marcus Rashford as well. who could potentially be Manchester United captain. But I want to go straight to you, Jerome. Who do you think should be the Manchester United captain?
I think Casemiro should be the captain.
Mhm.
Like you said, there might be a bit of a language barrier because his English isn't perfect, but
Mhm.
you don't need to have good English on the pitch. Footballers have a different language. You don't have to speak English on the pitch. You can just say vamos and all of that, and just get going. You don't need to have a full-on lecture on the pitch. Just a few short words, get the team going, keep them focused, and then get going in it. And Casemiro is a winner. 5 Champions Leagues at Madrid, as we all know. So he's got that winning mentality, and we need a captain with that drive and that will and desire to win every single game. And that's why I think that he should get the captaincy. I know people might think because of his age, he might not be long term, but you don't need long term captains. Give him the captaincy for 2-3 years, and then when he eventually moves on, give it to someone else. You don't have to have someone that's captain for 10 years. Like I think City, they change their captaincy all the time. So they have like a player vote each season. So I don't think that's why. Yeah, I don't think it's that deep to have someone captain long term. So that's who I would pick because everyone looks up to Casemiro, and he's our midfield enforcer, and he's arguably our best player and our most important player in the team to drive us forward to start winning things. But who I think will get it, I think it will probably be Bruno that will get it. Because the fact that he was captain for the majority of last season, so it'll kind of just be a smooth transition to kind of just carry him where he left off as the official captain of Man United. So obviously I don't rate Bruno that highly as a player, and his personality is questionable as well on the pitch with the moaning and spitting his dummy out and failing injury diving, all the antics on the pitch. But he did have a good record being captain last season, so you got to give him that. And I wouldn't be unhappy if he was made permanent captain because he's miles better than what Maguire could offer. He offered nothing as captaincy. No leadership, no communication on the pitch, no winning mentality, no drive, nothing. At least Bruno will give you some desire and some energy on the pitch, and hopefully the rest of the team can feed off that. So yeah, that's how I think it will go. But ideally, I'd want Casemiro to get the captaincy.
Casemiro, indeed. Big up Stephanie as well. That says here that big up Ivorian and the lads. Big up Stephanie as well. Thank you for tuning in as well. Let me know your thoughts on Harry Maguire being stripped the fuck out. You know, normally you got knocked the fuck out, but Harry Maguire got stripped the fuck out. You know, as soon as he left that, he probably called his girl, his wife. You know, because I saw his girl as well supporting him as well, as your woman should be. You know, saying that she's proud of him and etc. But boy, you know, it was coming. It was coming. Ems, who do you think will be the next Manchester United captain?
Who do I think?
Oh, who deserves it? Who do you want? Who do you think deserves it? All in one.
I think I like people in the center, innit? So if Varane wasn't so made out of glass, yeah, it'd be him. Because I think he's a real leader. But I think maybe you have to give Casemiro or Martinez. But it'd probably be Bruno. But I think it should be Casemiro or Martinez.
Definitely.
That's how I see it.
Me, myself, I see it as Bruno, the captain, because he's been, to be fair, he's done a good job as Manchester United captain last season. I think one of the reasons why is probably we finished and done well is because we didn't have Maguire as captain. We finished third without Maguire as captain. With Bruno there as well, there's a bit more respect from players. And I think Sky Sports talk a lot of rubbish. They say that the players respect Maguire, but that's not what we've heard. You know, it's from former players, from previous article from like the Athletic when Oli was there towards the near his end of his reign. You remember those articles coming out saying that the players are not happy for the fact that there's favoritism and a certain player who wasn't performing week in, week out was constantly being picked as well. We saw a video of Marcus Rashford calling him a fucking knobhead as well. You know, are you calling his captain us? We're ordering him. Shut the fuck up, you fucking knob. You remember that? Yeah, you know. And as well, you got Marcus Rojo, who said that there's politics. Everybody said that there's politics in Manchester United now. They pick him because he's English. And I'm very sure Ronaldo as well had his issues with Harry Maguire. It was documented as well. So I don't think he was well respected in the dressing room, and the players thought that he was a well-deserved captain. When your captain is not even performing to his best, and he has the nerve to tell you to pull your socks up, and you're wondering, no, you pull your socks up. You've been making mistakes throughout the whole 90 minutes, throughout the whole 60, 70 minutes. In fact, you scored an own goal. Well, you know what I mean? We're down because of you, Mr. Captain. You get me? So I don't think he had a lot of respect. And I think some of his teammates were probably happy. You know, I may be talking out and thinking I might be wrong, but in my own personal opinion, I think he never got the respect that he thought he deserved. And he was never well respected. But yeah, man, my captain will be Bruno Fernandes. He's done well. The vice captain, love to give it to someone like Casemiro or Martinez, who's I think, or Varane, especially Varane, you know, because I think Varane is a leader. You know, I've heard so much great things about him organizing the back so well compared to Harry Maguire. You know, he's a winner. He's been there, you know, Mr. Champions League as well, Mr. World Cup. What's there not to like about him have vice captain? But the vice captain will be an interesting debate. We all know will be Bruno Fernandes. Big up as well, the United family. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well. You know, big up to him as well. Smash that like button, guys, as well on the video. Make sure you subscribe to Red United TV. And of course, if you want to be a member of the channel, click the membership button and join today. Different perks, different benefits of being a member here. But yes, as I was saying, moving on from that, guys, we've all had our thoughts. Jerome, Casemiro, Ems, what was your captain again?
I'd like to have a Martinez or Casemiro.
Mm-hmm. And I'm still going with the current captain, you know, Bruno Fernandes, you know, because I've seen it, I think I like it, you know, and Bruno, regardless of whether we prefer him in that position, I think he will be a permanent and a mainstay next season in the starting 11. You know, we still got to give Bruno that one more season, innit, Jerome? If he doesn't cut it out, you know,
one more season. If he doesn't cut it, then he's gone. And
Jerome,
then he needs one more season, and then the third season is when Eric Ten Hag will have his full team.
Mm-hmm. Jerome's anti-Bruno, yeah.
No, I'm not anti-Bruno. I'm not anti-Bruno. I'm just saying that going forward, if Bruno doesn't step up in big games, then what's the point of having him? Because without winning the big games, we're not going to win nothing.
No, that's true.
He's our captain. So give him this next season. If he's not cutting it, he can dip, and then ETX can bring in someone that actually dictates play and performs when it matters. Because that's the one big question mark.
Bruno's wages.
Bruno, there's 250k. You can take him to Saudi, innit? They'll be happy to double his wages.
We'll touch on that news.
At least you know someone will pay for Bruno.
Absolutely, someone would. Yeah, and big up to the United family that says Maguire should get the F out my club as well. Get the fuck out my club, man. You get me? Like, and of course he says, I feel Manchester United will have a much better this season coming as well. I strongly believe in Eric Ten Hag. We all believe in Eric Ten Hag. You know, he's our guy, bro. That's our manager. Some people want to compare him to the guys previously, but we don't do that around here on this channel. We know who he is. Moving on from that, guys, and transfer news related. Here we go. Andre Onana. That news broke out yesterday on Instagram from our guy, you know, the transfer guru himself, Stephen Austin, and also Fabrizio Romano. He really starts saying that Manchester United, here we go. Clubs are closing in on an agreement. Then Onana will travel for a medical test and contract signing. Man United set to request a visa for Onana for USA trip. Ten Hag will have the goalkeeper that he wanted. This was out yesterday. Onana is officially, well, Manchester haven't confirmed it, but we know it's going to happen. Onana's going to be our new number 1 goalkeeper, and of course, we also have another incoming number 2 goalkeeper. And how good does it feel, guys? For the first time that we've ever seen, Manchester United will have 2 black goalkeepers who occupy the first position, first choice, and second choice as well. And the second keeper is Blackanese, if you guys didn't know.
He's gone in. He's gone in, bro.
Ghanaianese.
Yeah, bro. The guy is from Japan. He's black. I don't know how that works. He's got a Japanese name, bro. You get me? You can say he's Ghanaian, but he don't have a Ghanaian name, bro. But yes, Andre Onana, the Cameroon international, Inter in Milan goalkeeper, the guy who played the Champions League final, only conceded 1 goal against Man City, will be joining Manchester United. This signing as well will create a new dimension in the way Manchester United will play from the back as well, because Davide has finally left us on a free transfer, and you know what, he hindered the way Manchester United would be able to play coming at the back. I'm going to start off with you, Jerome. How do you feel about it? I know you're very happy with this. I know there's some people that are skeptical about the mistakes that Andre Onana himself makes, but hey, all keepers make mistakes, innit? The best make mistakes. It's all about what you contribute and add to the team.
I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely delighted with this upcoming signing, because, like you said, it's going to give us a new dimension, playing out from the back, and it's not something that we're used to. I've had David De Gea for 12 years, so we haven't seen any passing out from the back and dictating play and starting attacks from the back. It's just been hoofball and relying on individual brilliance for the last few years. So this is going to be refreshing, that we're going to have a goalkeeper that can actually pick out a man. And you can actually pick out a man. You're not shooting into the stands, because that was just doing my nutting. Literally, just constantly giving it to the opposition, and we're just getting pammed and pammed and pammed. So at least now we should have a bit more calmness at the back, and we should be able to start attacks from the back, because ETH, I'm sure, he's going to start working on patterns of play from the back. And with no Maguire in there, we should have the players that have got the technical ability to play with Onana, because there's no point having the ball playing goalkeeper when the players in front of you can't kick ball. So that's going to be a good transition for us. So yeah, I'm delighted. Obviously, the mistakes will happen. It's inevitable. All keepers make mistakes, but it's what you're doing to balance off the mistakes. Are you offering anything else in the game? Like I said, he'll be passing it to our players and keeping us in possession to start attacks and to pressure the team. So that could balance off any potential mistakes that he might make. There's no point a keeper just being just a good shot stopper, but not offering anything else to help the team. So it's good that we're going to have a multi-talented keeper coming in to give us the additional options in attack and as well as defence. And his defensive stats and shot stopping stats and coming out for the ball compared to keepers in the rest of Europe is actually quite good. And we saw firsthand that he can play in big pressure moments. It doesn't get any bigger than the Champions League final. He was arguably one of the best players in that final. And some of the passes that he was making out to his teammates was amazing for a goalkeeper. And he's someone that's got a good personality. He's got the arrogance about him. And that's what we need. We need a keeper that's not going to be timid in front of their goal. We need a keeper that's got character, presence about them, and able to play week in, week out in front of 75,000 capacity stadium at Old Trafford and be able to handle the pressure. So it's not even just his keeping abilities, it's his temperament as well that we're going to be taking on. Because all too often we've been buying players that have just got talent but ain't got the personality. But now, with Onana, we're going to have both. So I'm optimistic that this signing is going to be a success. Yeah, we're going to be able to play a different way, an exciting brand of football that we haven't seen at Old Trafford in years.
Mm-hmm. It's true, man. I'm happy about that. Ems as well, what's your feeling towards David? Even before I even get to it, you've got the United family already. Are we ready, guys? Know the new chant, which is "Oh, nah, what's my name?" That's the new chant, bro. But what makes it just be everyone's gonna be saying "Oh, nah," you know. Big up to Mr. East too as well. Big up,
you know
my
what?
bro.
It's starting to interrupt. You know that Onana, what's my name? You
Yeah.
better hope he don't flop because they might use that as well. It memes as well. Literally. Might have Rihanna playing in the background. Yeah, memes
The
and that. So,
mistakes.
Oh, the memes on YouTube, bro.
yeah.
Man.
So hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah, big up to my guy as well.
yeah.
Wait, before Mr. Manchester
Yeah.
United, Manchester Trafford, who's Manu. Manu, I want to make you a moderator, but make sure you do not block people who are being respectful or delete people's comments who are just commentating. As a moderator, you're supposed to be looking out for harmful words, blocking words, blocking comments that are disrespecting the channel, disrespecting people that's on it. That's what a moderator does. Keeps things peaceful, policing the situation. But yes, I will make you a moderator. I don't know why you changed. I don't know why you changed your setting. But yeah, as I was saying, Ems, you go ahead. You continue as you were saying. Your thoughts on it.
What they're coming.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You know what? I'm excited. We're gonna go. I'm happy we got what. I mean, I'm looking forward. I don't know. I want to be very respectful. Happy we're going in happy that maybe we're going for a new direction, something different. You know, everyone can come up with all these mistakes he's made, but you can make a compilation.
I think Ems. Are you? I think you're almost back. We can't hear you, bro.
Yeah, we missed the last part.
Are you back?
Hello?
You back? Yeah. Yes, Ems. Start over again.
So,
yeah.
There could be memes for keepers doing that. You know, making mistakes. You can do that on YouTube accounts. Keep making errors. So for me, I'm excited. Obviously, it might take me time to adjust. So with the pace, the intensity, people coming to press him. So hopefully, he can be composed, start building and that, and then I think it'll be a good signing. It'll be a good signing for us. But David De Gea, obviously, I'm upset the way it was handled. I think if you knew he was going, we should have made him, say goodbye and that. 12 years is a lot, He's not been there 2 years, 12 years.
It's true.
So I think I'm a bit disappointed. But other than that, I'm excited. I'm excited for Onana to come in.
Oh nah. What's my name? But yes, I am. I will say one thing is that everyone here at Red United TV wants to wish David De Gea the best of luck because, of course, he's been one of our best keepers, and best player of the year 4 times in a row. And it's the only thing that will probably disappoint in is the fact that David De Gea himself didn't win the trophies that he deserved at the moment when he was red hot, when he was the best goalkeeper in the world. It just happens to be the fact that when everything starts looking good again, he has to leave because he's not good enough anymore. It's sad, isn't it? Jerome, it's a shame, innit? Just when Eric Ten Hag, just when everything starts getting good, you just won your first trophy. You was under Oli, and that was depressing. You was under Jose Mourinho, and that was depressing. But you won some trophies, and you was under Louis van Gaal, where the possession football was outdated. And on top of that, none of these managers improved his play. He's playing from out the back, and if they did focus on that, then he probably would have been able to hang with Eric Ten Hag. But because he was just a natural shot stopper, and the way we played football was just for David De Gea to be best at shot stopping goals, you know what it was under Oli. He was thriving because people was taking their shots at us, bro.
Yeah, it was just it was just too much pammings week in, week out. Just sit back, soak up pressure.
You see that?
Just pamming shots after. I think before Oli got sacked, I think we had the most shots at goal
on target.
It's just
ridiculous.
Too much. Yeah. So basically, De Gea wasn't really learning anything. Really, he was just literally in goal just to save 20 shots a game. Like, you're not really learning much. You're just shot stopping. But like, as you said, the modern keeper now, you need to have more to your game now. And because of our style of play for the last few years, De Gea wasn't developing his game. He just essentially just declining because his shot stopping ability was getting weaker as well. So it's like, surely we can't keep it running now because what he's just good at, he's no longer good at, and he's not offering all the other bits that you need to be a modern day goalkeeper. So it's quite sad that the way it ended, as M said, 12 years service, but I think the right decision was made in the end. It could have been handled a bit better, but his contract is up, innit? And they didn't renew. So, yeah, it's time to move on.
It's time to move on. Big up to Manchester Trafford. He's asking who would be a better signing. Anthony, I think last season, 80 million, or Andre Onana himself. We'll find out. We'll see who's going to be the better signing. I think hopefully we're hoping that it's Andre Onana, the goalkeeper, as well. And big up to Manchester Trafford. I said Oli was going to be sacked anyways, losing 4. It wasn't 4-0. It was 5-5, 5-1 against Watford, bro. Let's not forget that, you know.
Was it 5-1?
But yes, I think it was
4-1. I think we
was
scored
4-1.
4-1, isn't it? I think we scored one.
Yeah, no, just not. We conceded a lot of goals. That's all it was, bro. That's what we remember.
Pammins after Pammins.
Yeah. It truly was. But again, moving on from that as well. There's been news before we even kick off. We've got like 10 more minutes left before we sign out. Marcus Rashford signing, apparently, according to Fabrizio Romano as well, have signed a new contract, and this contract itself says that it is up till 2028. I'm hearing something about 350k for Marcus Rashford, or 375k a week for Marcus Rashford as well. And I'll be honest with you guys, you know already how I feel about Marcus Rashford when he got the 250k when at his age, where he wasn't scoring consistent amount of goals. 20 goals per season, and that's what a 250k striker per week should be scoring. Someone that's on that wage. You guys probably agree with me. Someone like Harry Kane probably is not even on 250k at Spurs, probably close to it, who scores 30 goals or 20 goals per season, where Marcus Rashford in the last 4 or 5 years have struggled to match that. And now he's on 375k reportedly. And he's just last season, he had his best season, 30 goals. I'm not happy about the money that we're offering in dishing out, especially when we complain about David De Gea on 350k and he wasn't even the best goalkeeper in the world. Yeah. Marcus Rashford is not the best striker in the world. He hasn't been consistent enough for me to say, you know what, give him 375k. He's putting up numbers like Messi did at Barcelona or Ronaldo did at Real Madrid. He's not. But 375k to me is too much. I would have probably said give him an extra 50k, which is 300k. But Manchester United have put themselves in that same situation again where they're not offering the right contract. And our manager, Eric Ten Hag, this is where I can blame him. He said he's going to be monitoring these situations. He should have given him 300k. In fact, 275k. And then based on bonuses and etc., it can go up to 300k. I don't know. I've got a business degree. I don't own Manchester United, but my idea is probably better. I'm going to go start with future own thoughts on Marcus Rashford's new contract, apparently. 2028. 375k.
Yeah, I think after last season's performance, he definitely deserves a contract extension. But like you said, 375k a week for a player of his stature and ability is way, way too much. But I think because we already pay him highly already, we just have to kind of just stick it out with him because he is due for a pay increase. So basically, he's already overpaid as it is. Yeah. And if they're giving him a contract extension, they can't put him on the same wages. They have to increase it. But it was just a case of how much by. And I think they probably did increase it a bit too much. But like I said, it's just one of the ones where we already made the mistake in the wages to start off with. So you just got to just see this one through. And the way you have to look at it is that obviously De Gea is not with us anymore. So it's almost like they're transferring his wages over to Marcus Rashford. So it's not like they're losing out, if you get what I mean. It's kind of just like maintaining the status. So if you look at it like that, then it shouldn't do the club any harm because, it's just transferring someone else's wages to another. So, and obviously from the PR side, Marcus generates a lot of money for the club as well, on promotions and all that sort of stuff, and the marketing side of things. So from a club perspective, it looks still viable for them. But from a player perspective, he's definitely been overpaid. But like I said, because they started overpaying him initially, they have to kind of see it through with him. But hopefully he can continue to improve and he doesn't decline after this pay increase, because you know what happens sometimes when players get a big pay rise, then their performances drop. Hopefully the manager keeps his feet firmly on the ground and it helps him develop further to help us move forward as a club. I've got trust that the manager will do that. But yeah, like I said, it's Yeah, there is a trend of players that get big contracts and just sit on the money and chill. But Marcus Rashford knows that if he doesn't perform, he'll just be on the bench. So we know we've got a manager that's not scared to make big decisions. So that should hopefully keep Marcus' feet on the ground and keep him focused to improve further.
Ems, your thoughts on Rashford getting that new contract? The Manchester United will release that statement, but again, it's already been confirmed by all outlets and media outlets.
Contract extension, well deserved. The wages,
Yeah.
very questionable. But I think your house player should be an attacking player. That's what I believe. Should never been a goalkeeper. So if you see it like that, then yeah. And I felt like if we didn't give him that contract and he went somewhere else, I think he would punish us. So I think you're smiling, but it's true.
No, you're probably right.
I think he'll go somewhere, he'll punish us. So I will look back and think, right, we had this player, we let him go for free. And I think it's mad because I think on Rashford's day, yeah, I think Rashford could be one of the top 5 players in world football at this present moment of time. You get me? So for me, end of the day, the way we got to see it, it's not our money, that's the club's money. So you signed the contract, that's end of speculation, that's done. We don't need to hear nothing for at least another 3-4 years. We can focus on football. We've given the contract. So no, he it's not his job is to earn his money. So now he can focus on his football and let's see what happens.
Definitely so, man. Let's see what happens. I want Marcus Rashford to focus on his football. I want to see more than 30 goals next season, especially when he signs that new contract. Because as Jerome said, when a player signs his new contract, they start all of a sudden start to down tools and not be that player. Aubameyang done it. A couple of players have done it themselves. Yeah, and they haven't been the same since they signed that new contract. So, but hopefully, for Marcus Rashford's sake, it's up and up for him. And with, of course, with the signings that Ten Hag will make, he can only improve. And Ten Hag's training methods and the way he trains his players, he can only improve and get the best out of Marcus Rashford. And one thing about our manager, he doesn't like complacency. He doesn't like it when you're just satisfied. He hates it as well. So, of course, Marcus Rashford will improve. But big up to everyone that's just joined today, tune into the show. Big up to everyone as well, Jerome and Ems as well. Thank you guys for joining today's show. So, we have come to the end of the show. We was going to talk about Bruno Fernandes in his Saudi links rejecting it, but I don't think we've got enough time for that. But until next time. But guys, as always, guys, make sure you join us again next week, Monday at 8 p.m. UK time for some more latest Manchester United news. Make sure you look out for your short videos of any Manchester United news that I release. Make sure you subscribe to Red United TV on YouTube as well and become a member of Red United TV. You've got free perks. You've got Red United TV Civilian. You've got Red United Holic. You've got Red United Ultra. So, you know, I would probably tell you guys, for those who don't want to spend too much, become a civilian, you know, $2.99. That's like 2 pieces of chicken and chips money you can donate to the channel every month. And I'm sure you guys can afford 2 pieces of chicken and chips. You get me? You know, minus the drink, you know, you won't get a drink for that price, but you'll get 2 pieces of chicken and chips. And of course, as well, follow me personally on Instagram as well, Red United TV and Ivorian_Spice. But it is what it is, guys. Big up to everyone that's tuning. We'll see you next week. And as always, like I say all the time, remember to keep it united and remember to keep it Red United. We'll see you next week. Peace and love from every one of us. Peace out.
Peace.